Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rocky the Dog Show. Your host Joe Vinny. Listen, I want to get into um, mocking God and what happens when you mock God. And I'm going to just pray, Father, forgive me of my sins and those who listen to this video in Jesus' name. This is what happens when you mock God.
Moms are holding strong with 3 shout outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions.
Mocking God and using his name as a cuss word is nothing new for Hollywood. But less than 48 hours after the Golden Globe's blasphemy, Hollywood was on fire.
Tonight, a new fire breaking out late this evening in the Hollywood Hills. Who would have ever thought this? Los Angeles is on fire.
I talked to a fireman once. He was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And there's not a thing we can do about it.
The scene horrific.
This is new aerial video of a 6th fire, the Sunset Fire, based in the Hollywood Hills.
Firefighters there doing everything they can, but there simply aren't enough of them to fight the horror that has exploded.
Right now, people are rushing to escape the Hollywood Hills.
Brand new fire exploded down the Hollywood Hills, making a beeline for the iconic heart of the entertainment industry.
It is like driving through hell itself down here. Literally through hell.
Tens of thousands of people have fled for their lives, abandoning their cars when they could go no further.
A new fire erupting in the Hollywood Hills, marching toward iconic landmarks. More than 130,000 people were under evacuation orders across Southern California.
As well as forest fires in Turkey. Now, some people around the world say that all of these events are connected and it's a global conspiracy. Now, Haarp really exists. It stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. It's a research station in Alaska that was financed for years by the US military and is used by scientists to study the highest parts of our atmosphere. It uses high-frequency radio transmitters to heat up a portion of the atmosphere so that scientists can then discover what happens. Now, the science behind
It's actually AM frequency aimed at the ionosphere. The ionosphere bends up like this. It bends, and then it comes back down. And they used to use that to X-ray natural gas, oil. They found out through Elay technology has been around for 130, 40 years. Cloud seeding, they could make it rain. So I don't know why they didn't make it rain in Hollywood. But can they control the weather? And if they do, then why don't they control it when there's a natural disaster? Some say Katrina was due to Haarp, High Frequency Active Auroral Research Project, but let's continue this.
It is complicated and hard to explain, and some people think it must be sinister, an attempt to create a weapon that can control the weather. We spoke to Mick West, who's an expert on conspiracy theories.
The way to debunk the Haarp conspiracy theory is trying to explain to people exactly what it does. Explain to them that it's just a radio transmitter that is in one location in Alaska and it only can affect a small amount of the air above it. Explain the actual power used by this radio transmitter is very, very small compared to what you would actually need.
It's 1,000 antennas beaming up. This guy's an idiot. We're going to continue to another video. Hold on, guys. This guy's a total government debunk.
Antenna arrays. Haarp, otherwise known as the High Frequency Auroral Research Program, has been shrouded in mystery and conspiracy theories since construction work started in the mid-90s. Given the nature of the facility, there has been many claims by conspiracy theory groups claiming that Haarp was designed to control the weather, weaponized to cause disruption and destruction to unaware targets.
This is the, right here, the AM frequency antennas that beam up off the ionosphere. And if it wasn't a weapon, then why did the military take it? They only take weapons. They don't want anything that's not a weapon. Why would the military have use for it and keep it classified? That shows that there's something there.
Haarp has also been blamed for causing the 7 magnitude Haitian earthquake of 2010, which was reported to have killed more than 220,000 people. However, for the record, the Haitian quake was caused by slippage of a previously unmapped fault along the border of the Caribbean and the North American tectonic plates. Other natural disasters such as the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan, the Moore, Oklahoma tornado of 2013, and a landslide in 2006 in the Philippines have all been reported as a result of
And the tsunami in Indonesia that killed 259,000 people.
HAARP use. One of the most ludicrous conspiracy theories is that HAARP was designed to control people's minds, along with altering the very fabric of reality. So what sparked all these conspiracy theories regarding HAARP? Maybe it was...
That's a lot of antennas. I'm going to go to another video, but that's quite a bit of antennas for nothing. Beaming up frequency, AM frequency beams that hit off the stratosphere, the atmosphere, the ionosphere. It hits off the ionosphere, bounces up, comes back down. They actually can aim it. They actually have mobile HAARPs on U.S. Navy vessels. China has HAARP. Iran has HAARP. Russia has HAARP. Russia was the first one to invent HAARP in 1952. It was called woodpecking. When they would hear this, they picked up on, they were spying on transmissions, and they heard this pop, 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 pop. It sounded like a woodpecker pecking a tree. That's they called it woodpecking, but it was the actual HAARP device.
The experiment scientists were performing back in March 2004. Using a 1 megawatt generator, scientists sent radio pulses every 7.5 seconds towards the ionosphere from the Haarp mega array of antennas, which covered acres of land. These radio waves travelled 30 miles up, hitting the ionosphere, which resulted in a modest neon light show visible from the ground. Natural aurora happens when electrons from a cloud of hot gas, known as plasma, rains down from space and excites the molecules in the ionosphere. However, HAARP was able to create a similar experience by sending powerful radio waves from the ground. Maybe this is why conspiracy theories have their concerns and have created these bizarre and ludicrous theories. However, as documented in the Feb 2005 edition of the Journal, the principal instrument is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, the IRI. This consists of 180 HF cross dipole antennas spread across 33 acres. The IRI is capable of radiating a massive 3.6 megawatts into the upper atmosphere and...
Oh, I thought it could only generate a little bit. Now this guy's saying 3.6. I mean, come on, guys. It is very powerful, bottom line.
Ionosphere. The transmit-capable frequencies are selectable in the range of 2.7 MHz up to 10 MHz. Since the antennas form a sophisticated phased array, the transmitted beam can take many shapes over a wide angle range. This also results in multiple beams being formed. As well as HAARP using active antennas and transmitters, it's also capable of passive reception, which is used to only monitor or listen. This must be the best receiving station on the planet. HAARP radio waves heat electrons in the ionosphere, anywhere from 60 to 80 kilometers altitude, but this can also extend as far as 500 kilometers altitude. Now this creates small perturbations that are similar to the kinds of interactions that happen in nature. With HAARP, scientists can control when and where these perturbations occur, so they can measure their effects.
Really quick, any idea?
I'm not sure.
Shh.
I don't really know the answer.
What about rain?
I didn't think about that.
Rain would certainly help.
Rain, yes, definitely, yes.
Who's in charge of the rain?
Oh, I don't know. God, I guess.
God.
Why do you think he's withholding rain from Hollywood at the moment?
I'm not sure. I don't know God's plans.
Do you think God is judging Hollywood?
I've had that thought, and I'm not too sure, though. Absolutely.
Do you think God is happy with Hollywood?
No, but I don't think it's just Hollywood.
You told our scout that you hoped you were going to heaven. You don't have knowledge that you are?
No, but I sure as heck hope so.
You mind if I make sure you're going to heaven?
I don't mind.
So where are you going if you died tonight?
I hope heaven.
You a good person?
I would say so, yeah.
I think I would go to heaven. I would like to say so, but I mean, no one really knows.
Are you a good person?
I think I am.
How many lies have you told in your life?
Lots.
Ever stolen something?
Yes.
Ever downloaded music off the internet that's not yours?
Yes.
That's theft.
Oh, then yes, I've done that.
Ever use God's name in vain?
Oh, yes.
Do you love your mum?
I do.
Would you ever use her name as a cuss word?
No.
No, because you respect her.
Yes, that is true.
But you don't respect the God that gave you a mother. You've taken this holy name and used it as a cuss word. Very serious. Jesus said if you look at a woman and lust for her, you commit adultery with her in your heart. Have you ever looked at a woman with lust?
Yes.
You're not a good person. You're like the rest of us.
Okay.
You've told me you're a lying, thieving, blasphemous adulterer at heart. And you're self-righteous and saying you're a good person when you're not. You're like the rest of us. So if God judged you by those 10, you've got speeding fines. A judge will let you go if someone else pays those fines. And it's legal. He can say you're out of here. Well, God can legally take death off you because Jesus paid the fine in full on that cross, rose from the dead, defeated death. And now if you simply repent of sin and you won't...
Is it Jesus or is it Haarp? There was 100-mile-an-hour winds. They could be caused naturally. They could be caused unnaturally. Possibly plausible. I'm going to play another video about Haarp.
Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And, as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you! It's raining! That's all.
Why couldn't they do that in Hollywood?
Unveil the mind-boggling technology behind Dubai's breathtaking artificial rain. Join us as we take a journey through the clouds, exploring the extraordinary science of cloud seeding and how it has transformed this arid desert into a lush paradise. Get ready to be amazed as we reveal the secret behind this awe-inspiring innovation that is reshaping the world as we know it. Buckle up, because you're about to witness nature being controlled like never before. Dubai, a gleaming metropolis rising from the Arabian desert, dazzles the world with its architectural wonders and luxurious lifestyle. However, beneath the shimmering facade lies a harsh reality, the region's severe water scarcity problem. With scorching temperatures and scanty rainfall, finding a sustainable water source has been an ongoing struggle for the city. In the face of this pressing challenge, Dubai's forward-thinking leaders embarked on a mission to revolutionize their approach to water management. Aware of the limitations of natural rainfall, they sought innovative solutions to secure a reliable water supply for the city's ever-growing population and thriving industries. Enter the awe-inspiring concept of artificial rain, an ingenious solution that has captured the world's imagination. Artificial rain, also known as cloud seeding, is a cutting-edge technology designed to stimulate rainfall from existing clouds. The process involves introducing cloud seeding agents, such as silver iodide or potassium iodide, into the atmosphere to encourage water droplets to form around these particles. These droplets eventually grow large enough to fall as rain, replenishing the parched lands below. Dubai's ambitious cloud seeding program is a well-orchestrated symphony of technology and innovation. The city has embraced this revolutionary technique as a means to supplement its meager natural rainfall and address the ever-increasing water demands. As temperatures soar and water reserves deplete, cloud seeding emerges as a beacon of hope in the quest for sustainability. To tackle this formidable challenge, Dubai's government collaborated with leading meteorologists, climatologists, and scientists from around the world. The collective expertise paved the way for the development of sophisticated cloud seeding techniques tailored to the city's unique climate.
Why doesn't Hollywood have this? They do. So, what is the deep state doing to destroy the United States? Who has the actual power over the weather. I haven't heard Trump say anything about it. It's very classified, highly classified situation. If Dubai can do this, surely the United States can do this. Why don't we have this available for scorching Hollywood? I can't answer that question.
And I'm going to cast both the evangelist, the false teacher, the false prophet, and those who support them, those who are into it, those who are part of this whole system, into tribulation, great tribulation. That's a powerful warning. That's not my warning. That's from Christ, who stands before John with flaming eyes. He said, I examined and I searched the hearts. And something Ezekiel said stirred.
See, our Christian pastors have become false prophets. 93% of them in the United States have all signed a 501c3 tax identification number. They have to sign it, supposedly, but there is a law that says Congress shall make no law concerning the exercise of religion or the free speech thereof. You would win it at the Supreme Court. Pastors have won it. When they sign this oath with the United States, they make the United States their God instead of God. God is a very jealous God. He's moved to great anger with his jealousy when you don't set your affection upon him and upon something else. And I'm struggling out with that right now myself, and I need to get it together because I don't want God's judgment on me. But God's judgment has come on the United States. I mean, we have had, hurricanes going through Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, North Carolina, at record hurricanes, flooding out, mudslides, fires in California, freezing temperatures in Texas, things that, I mean, it's just consistently hitting the United States and costing hundreds of billions of dollars in the trillions to fix all these different states that are flooded out, and they just don't have the money for this. And is God's judgment coming, or is this something more sinister to controlling the weather called Haarp? But this is for the pastors in the United States, what he's talking about, the false teachers who can't preach against pornography, can't say that children belong to the parents instead of state. Could you imagine a pastor not being able to say to obey God over the government? Could you imagine a pastor not preaching against Department of Education, even though they're giving hormones to children? They're sexualizing children, but they can't preach about it. They can't endorse a political candidate. They can't endorse a certain political party. They can't get involved. And because they have signed this oath and they're worried about getting their 501c3 tax ID number taken from them, they should tell the government to pound sand. Lord, I trust you. If you want me to have a church, it will remain here. If you do not want our congregation to have a church, then the government will disperse it. And you need to trust the Lord. But what you don't need to do is sign an oath with the government and proceed and not tell your congregation or the American citizens, and then peddle the gospel for money for the prosperity gospel. Let's listen to the rest of this. This is David Wilkerson when he was alive.
My heart, and I've seen this every time people get involved. He said, you are going to end up, and he uses the word stronger than I have to use it in public. He said, you're going to lay down in front of every passerby. He said, you're going to lay down and submit fornication to every passerby. In other words, you won't be satisfied with one. You're going to run all over the country. He said, and I'm going to cast both the evangelist, the false teacher, the false prophet, and those who support them, those who are into it, those who are part of this whole system, into tribulation, great.
Our system is flawed, really bad, our Christian system.
Hell at the right time, and in the providence of God at the right moment in the history of many of your lives. People have prayed for you. People have worked. People have given to make this possible. And now this is your moment with God to receive him into your heart, to make sure that you weigh enough. No, I won't be at the judgment. There is therefore now no judgment to them that are in Christ Jesus. I won't see you there. The judgment that I deserved was taken by Jesus Christ at the cross. And I accepted what he did, even though it looked foolish and looked a little bit ridiculous. For me to come forward that night and say yes to Jesus Christ in front of all those people, I did it. I believe this crusade has been held at the right time and in the providence of God.
Keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, whether every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. In other words, he said there's a judgment coming, and to be prepared for that judgment is the most important thing in the whole world. Come to the cross. That's the only place you can find forgiveness. And Jesus said, behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Jesus said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Fear God. Keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
This is when a lot of people had nowhere to go. They abandoned their cars because the flames were fast approaching. As a result, LA City Fire, they had to come in because the road was completely blocked. They bulldozed all the cars off to the side to make that emergency route.
As you can see, these cars are not burned. These people panicked, left their vehicles, ran, so the people behind them now can't move their vehicles either. So you notice they're not burned, so they panicked for no reason. But there's a lot of reason to panic through the fires in LA, but this was not one of them.
To clear it out, Eric Scott of LAFD and LAPD Chief Jim McDonald, they were asked about this situation. Here's what they had to say.
So questions about abandoned cars, that's a good question that has come up. Law enforcement assists us heavily with evacuation, but please remember it's an active incident. We don't have the answers to all of these questions. We will certainly look at that. That's very important. I don't know if police felt like they wanted to make a mention to evacuations. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, just on that question of evacuations, vehicles left on the roadway. If you have to leave a vehicle on the roadway, get it as far off the road as you can so that emergency vehicles can't get by. The gist of moving...
And you can just, by standing here, seeing us with the wind gusts and with the predictability of this wind's going to get worse tonight. So we want people to lean forward, ready, set, go, and be ready.
That was Chief Kristen Crowley from the Los Angeles Fire Department. Okay, so as we approach the top of the hour of programming now, we've been on with fire coverage on Fox 11 since 10:30 in the morning.
My question is, could God have stopped this as God's judgment came, or is this man-made? Let me know in the comments. Thank you, guys. God bless you.